Okay, let's call the meeting at 7:05.
Do you mind if I do a roll call?
Oh, sure.
Let me do it my way, please. Because I just realized that anyway, a lot of people say I'm here and then I don't know who they are. So Claire, I see you. Patrick, Vice President vacant. Ruth, I think I see you there.
Jen is here.
Jen is here.
Jen has been appointed.
Oh, Jen, cool.
Hi.
Hi. Ethan, I see you. The next is Allison. What did we decide about Allison?
Justin is not
No,
attending.
no.
Absent. And I see Ted. I did not see Jean. Is Jean in the room?
Jean is not making it tonight.
Okay. And
We have Trish.
sure that Deanne is in the room. And
Annie's here.
who?
Annie Malazzi.
Annie. And Janine, I saw you.
Yeah.
And is that it?
Trish Devine.
Trish Devine
Oh, right.
as a guest, I guess would
Yeah,
be
He's
Yeah.
member of
yes.
public, member of the public.
Yep, like last time. Okay, great. Thank you. Claire, I turn it back to you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Public comment. I don't feel like we have any public comment. We need to approve last month's minutes. Does anyone have any comments, adjustments needed? If there was anything I saw. Thank you, Ethan. Can I have a motion to?
I move that we
Ruth
accept the
is-
minutes from
Ruth-
last meeting.
Ruth is making that motion. Can we have a second?
I'll second.
Jen is seconding.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bill. Were there any questions, concerns, thoughts on the bills this month?
Was the excuse me, was the what I thought we were done paying choice words, but we have another expense for $500. Was that the final one fulfilling the contract as it was written?
Yes,
Okay.
because I thought we were done too.
Yeah.
Well, we were until they sent us an overdue bill. We thought we were, but we had one last. So, yeah.
Anything else people see?
Just to clarify, we're gonna take the $500 out of the Perkins donation.
Yep, I see that noted there. Okay. Thank you. Lots of little things.
What is the $651 for the kids club? That's just like general arts and crafts supplies for like ongoing programming through kids club, or what is the?
Where, let's see.
It's the
Oh, but
BTC, it's
That's all,
651, so that's just.
So that's art
Thing.
supplies.
and that's all through the grant that for that. Okay, no, that makes sense.
No, that's fine. If we get toys, special toys, sensory toys, we created a sensory corner. So furniture and stuff like that, or posters, we got extra toys, things like that, that comes out of those grants. Everything, most of, I tried really hard for kids because we pay for it by grants. Through grants, yeah.
Okay. Should we have a motion to accept this? Oops, someone make it.
Motion to approve cap 260519F.
Second.
Like, we need to actually say the.
In the amount?
Amount of $25,064.55.
And Ruth-
Second.
Ruth is seconding, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Um,
Thank you.
any- Everything looks good. Me? Anything we should know, Ted, that I'm missing?
We received the $220,000 from the town.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
So we're back in business.
Back in business. Do we have a motion to accept the financial report?
I'll make a motion. Oh, sorry.
I'm just gonna, unless someone has another comment they wanna make.
I just was gonna comment on how, the, like, looking at what we budgeted for fundraising so far for the year and how far over we are. So, you know, that is always good to see how we're at over 28,000, only budgeting
Yes.
5,000, so. I know there was that large corporate donation, but it is nice to see.
It is. It is, and we're not necessarily gonna stop. And then-
Right, it's only May,
Yeah, it's only May,
or April, really. So,
okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the financial reports.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who was the person that made the motion?
Jenna.
Thanks.
Okay. Ted, is there a financial report other than the financial reports? Do you have anything you wanna say as you voice about it, besides we got the 220?
No,
Nope. Okay.
basically, the last 3 months, January, February, March, I moved some money around so that we could cover our bills. And at this point, except for the $500 from the Perkins grant, it's all been returned to the correct accounts to where they all belong.
Great,
Good.
great, thank you.
We do have the grant report, though.
Yes,
Okay. That's it for me
okay,
on this. I would like to be able to comment when you come to the financial control section,
okay,
when you do the policy review.
Policy.
okay, great. Okay. Last night, myself, Jenna, and Ethan met with the town board, or most of the town board. I thought it was a very productive meeting. I thought we clarified certain things and moved forward, and thank you for facilitating that, Janine. I just think you really helped. There's more steps that have to go to get this, license renewal.
License, lease,
Yeah,
whatever,
whatever we end up.
the attorney, whatever those attorneys decide to call it.
Right.
Did you get any clarity on why it's a license instead of a lease? Why
Only
does-
that it was done purposefully, but Warren cannot remember
Remember
as to why he did it that way.
Yeah,
But he requested that your attorney get in touch with him and maybe they can speak the
can-
same language.
right, right, right. Yes, but he pointed out several times that the conditions of the license were very beneficial to us. I
He
remember
did.
that.
He also pointed out that the budget was very small.
Yes, which I thought was interesting.
That was very
He would say
interesting.
that. He must have been doing some research with other, well, he
Well, he works
works
for
with
other
other
towns.
Yeah, because of the lease, we have small budget, but
Yeah. I would like to know if there's a way that I could find out or you could find out for me. The budgets from, I know that I could research it, but it'd be easier and maybe you have more connections to the budgets in other towns. Do they own their property? Do they not own their property? Do they lease? How does that, what are the statistics on that?
Okay.
Cause I would like to maybe make a comparison,
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this afternoon, Deanna and I, the true municipal libraries, there aren't that many of them. Most of the libraries are special district, which have the boundaries of the school district, and then they're voted on through the school elections. And or an association library, which is kind of stands outside of the municipal. They do often get contributions from the town that they belong to, but they're not tied in quite the same way. So there's three different kinds of libraries: the municipal, the association, and the special district libraries. All have different rules and different.
Is there a place that I could look at that? Or what's Stanfordville?
Association.
Association library.
The nearest,
The-
the nearest one is Tivoli. I think.
Tivoli
It's municipal.
is a
It's
municipal,
municipal.
the same way we are. They're in their town hall.
Plattsburgh.
And yes, Statsburg, we think there's one up in Columbia County, and I just can't remember which one it was. What?
It was Dover. 'Cause they don't own that Dover.
Stafford, is it?
I
I don't know.
Yeah.
It gets talked about, and then everybody forgets who the other, but
Hyde Park,
we can work on that.
I think that would be interesting.
Hyde Park owns their own building,
they may, but they're a
a
municipal,
municipal,
yeah.
okay,
Cause I know because I went to employment for, civil service.
Oh,
employment.
okay.
We had a subcommittee of that, so
Okay.
the ones that were civil service are municipals.
okay. We could probably find through
We can do
the,
that
through the
through
Mid
Mid-Hudson,
Hudson,
yeah.
they
Yeah.
probably have a
Okay.
list of
Yeah.
exactly which are which. Yeah.
There's a site from the state which has all the county by county, what each library is.
I saw that, but it's not right.
It's not right.
Oh. I don't
Outrageous,
want
like,
that.
come on. No, but then we end up arguing back and forth because it's wrong information.
So I'll get it direct from, Mid Hudson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, I remember I know last summer they were doing the road trip where people were going around.
Mhm.
So every time I hit a library, I'd be like, "Are you a municipal library?" And I was surprised that I guess people kept saying there isn't one close by, and Tivoli, then their answer was, "Yes, we are." So I thought that's,
And they're housed in their town hall.
Mhm.
yeah,
The
the old
fire
fire station.
So, yeah, so I wonder if they have
I don't,
a
yeah.
license or a lease, or do they pay anything, or
I
how
don't,
is
yeah, I
that
don't know
all?
the details of
Yeah.
that.
I
That
can
would
find
be
that
an
out.
interesting question.
Mhm.
Yeah, cause they all, yeah, association libraries are a lot. We'll work on getting that for you, but again, yeah, so I'll have the lawyer, I haven't gotten back to him today. Get in touch with Warren and we can start moving forward. I did speak to the lawyer about the 414 vote. We need, for the cap override, we need 60% of the board, which is 5 members of the 7-person board. So we will have to wait at least until Patrick comes back from vacation, so we might have to have an in-person vote. Hopefully we can arrange something I will buy lots of coffee for Ethan. And we'll figure out the right time, so that we can do that before the next meeting.
Could you just give me that number again for my own education? We need,
Oh. We need 60% for the cap override, and I'm not sure we're going to need it, but it's just kind of a pro forma.
sure,
And we need 60%, which in a 7-person board is 5.
thank you.
So that, I'll try to, maybe you and I can talk, Patrick, before you fly away, just to see what days you're back and when we could possibly arrange that.
Okay,
I don't have anything else that I'm desperate to say.
Jean asked me to give the friends.
Oh, okay, great. You're up.
It's the book sale. It's all the book sale.
Oh, the book sale. She was been here all day.
Yeah, so come to the book sale. Volunteer if you'd like. Are you ready for the directions? Okay,
Yeah, we're up.
all right. We had the trustee event. The reception was great. Thank y'all so much for that. It worked out fine. Everything was fine.
I have not received a certificate for participation.
So there won't be one.
I was gonna say, okay.
They didn't take names. Huh?
We have to self.
Yeah, you have to do the self.
Okay.
I
emailed.
Yeah.
Bruce has emailed. Is there, there was a form that they could fill out or you can?
We're approving it tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're approving the form that you can fill
Okay.
out. I tell you that.
Okay.
And it's an hour of credit. So
Okay.
congratulations. Actually, we went over like an hour and 15 minutes, but
Nice.
that doesn't count. But that went really well. Thank you so much. I think I have heard so many people who said they had never been up to this part of the county before or had not been to Pine Plains at
Wow.
all. Like, wow, it was really nice.
Even the ones from Stanfordville were like, oh yeah, we've never been here before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out.
No,
So this was a big event for the town. Truly
yeah, that
was.
is wonderful.
Lex was just happy that he saw everybody from his board from Randall, so he was happy.
So we submitted the final annual report on the 29th. That was after a few corrections, some software things changed some numbers and had to go back, but we need to vote on this, or y'all need to vote on this, accepting the report. But I waited until the June meeting so that in case the state comes back with anything,
Okay.
then we will be able to correct that and have a final version. So
Okay.
I put it in the June agenda.
Do you just want to vote on it with any additions that need to be, or corrections that need to be made?
You could do it, but I didn't include copies of it if y'all want to see it. Do y'all want to see it?
Wait until
Okay.
then.
It's rivet.
Riveting, yes, I'm sure.
So community planning is going well. We have all of our things ready for the library participation. Jean wants to include some books, any leftover books, which is great. We'll have them up there. We'll have kids' books and stuff like that ready for that. So I'm confident this is gonna go well. I think we've got it all buttoned
What's
up.
the date? What's the date of Community Day?
13th of June from 10 to 2.
Thank you.
Well, there's a breakfast, but the main events, our event
Yeah.
is 10 to 2.
And how many places do we have for this county?
There's 6. We're producing a map. It's almost done. We'll have it done, and we have all the little stamps, individual stamps for all the little businesses to stamp the bookmark. So
Did everybody get their postcard in the mail?
Yes.
I don't always get them.
Did you get?
Yeah, it is.
CPR training, and forgive me, I went blank on this. We have looked at a company that can do this for $600. CPR training. We're thinking about having the staff needs CPR and first aid training for
Okay.
kids. We could open it up to the public as well to take this course if we wanted to. But
How many people can join? I'm just asking.
I don't know that, but for
Before we make it public.
Yeah.
Right. We could limit the number of spaces that we can do public. We've also had another wilderness first aid inquiry, and I'm working on that because we've got 6 people that are interested in that. I'm still trying to work out the details on that.
Now, do we charge people, or is that our,
We sponsored it last time to the tune of 600 for the youth, because that was a youth event.
Mhm.
And so, but the other people were charged, they paid full price for it.
Mhm.
That was between the company and the
Okay.
people who wanted to participate, but we paid enough for them to come
okay,
to do it. So that's how that went. We'll have to use a different company this time because the previous one would only do it over a full weekend. So because it's a 16-hour course,
Okay,
so they do it over a Saturday and a Sunday, and most people don't want to do that. So I'm working on that. So I went to the Dutchess County Youth Development Program Roundtable it was at Rhinebeck Star. And that was interesting because that was the YDP grant that we got for 8,000, and they had other awardees there giving their feedback on the grant and what they were doing in the programs, and everybody had the same problem that we have, which is transportation, which is getting kids from school to the programs, and other people had the same with no crosswalk. Dover has a elementary school right across the street, but they can't get them across the highway. And we're working on those. Statsburg has the same problem. They have no bus service to get to their programs and stuff. So we're all struggling with the same issue. But we have not received our 8,000 yet, our reimbursement yet. One part of the county says, "Oh, it's coming any day," and the other part just crickets. The money part says crickets. So I don't know what's going on, but hopefully it'll come in soon. But that's the one we applied for next year, but they did talk about building relationships with the awardees, because we all were learning how to do this grant, and there's a lot of minutia involved in it. Let's see, they did ask me to serve on the youth board and coordinating council, but I can't. There's just too much time commitment, too much travel commitment. We just do not have, I can't do that. But it was an honor to be asked. For grants, like I just said, we haven't received that. The ALA grant, I needed an extension on that because we needed to get the shelves put in. With instructions, it was a terrible thing. And Jane and Claire did an amazing job getting it installed.
and thank you for taking it over
Yeah.
the finish line.
Yeah, we need to finish it up. We'll finish it up this weekend. There's some inserts that need to go in to finalize it, but my husband and my son will finish that up. So I got a 30-day grant or extension for that one. And then I bought a bunch of stuff at the end. That's some of the last bits are listed here. And because I couldn't buy the books until we got the shelves put in, because we had no place to put the books. So it's one of those kind of things. But I'm excited about the webcam and the Kobo readers. We got 3 Kobo readers, which for people who are visually impaired like me, it really helps to be able to read where you can just make the texts. So it's in conjunction with a large print books. You can have large print e-readers. So anyway, so these will be for local use only. They can check them out, but it will be for only people in Pine Plains who can use them. Let's see. Tango Group is no longer going to offer the free half-hour lessons. That was a very popular program, but they're going to try something else. So maybe we'll find another exercise class to do. And our Teen Dungeons and Dragons, we now have the one on Tuesday lasts for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours they come after school and have it for 2.5 hours. So it's loud and raucous in here between Kids Club and Dungeons and Dragons, but everyone's having a good time. Scanning is going on.
So they played it.
Yeah, they did. There was only 2 that showed up today. Usually there's like 6, so there are only 2 showed up today. We're gonna keep these.
Today there was no school, so
Yeah,
that's something to do.
but we are going to keep it going through the summer. They've all requested, and Kids Club and the D&D group has requested to keep going through the summer, so we're going to give it a try. Jordan is still doing scanning. It's as time permits. She's still scanning. So
Could you please remind me what the scanning project is?
so we have 50 years worth of at least 30 years worth of records in storage cabinets or in your filing cabinets, and for record keeping purposes and for space purposes, we are scanning them all and putting them on our own servers, so that they're scannable, they're searchable, because we do have to keep for record retention purposes, we have to keep these for legal reasons. So
Got
that's
it.
what,
Thank you.
uh-huh. Let's see. Annual sexual harassment training is still due, if anybody wants to do it. We all have to do it.
I just did it.
I know. Yeah. Thank you.
I did it in December, so I have to do it again.
Okay, so any questions on any of the programs? And oh, Jenna, I will happily show you the invoices of what we purchased for the kids club. I don't remember it offhand, but we can.
That's, I was just curious.
No, I'm happy to show you the receipts and stuff like that. It's easy to find. Any questions for any programs? Any? Okay. Any?
Woohoo! All right, so we added 176 physical items to the collection from April 1st through April 30th. Those are new items and they are replacements as well. Weeding, we got a whole chunk of it done. There's a lot of space in the adult room that we're going to be filling up real fast. Let's see, the adult sticker labels, we're switching to a more accessible version. Right now, the color coding, on the one hand, that kind of sticks out, but on the other hand, especially if you are colorblind or shade colorblind, what we have really aren't approved for that. So we're getting ones that are in illustration and text. We've already got some going, so we should be able just to swap those right in.
It also was confusing for those that didn't know what the colors meant.
Yes.
Right.
So I think this will be much more straightforward. Replacements, that project will hopefully just about be caught up by probably our next meeting. We've ordered almost all of them, although you never know, something might get damaged, but that does mean when it's budgeting time, I can give you all a ballpark figure for what we've needed. I will say this is going back a long time, so I don't think you'll need to budget for quite so much, but I figured it'll probably be helpful to have the number. And we rearranged the adult room, and having said that, Deanna and I have been talking about moving it again. For now, in the perimeter shelving units, we have made room for an oversized section of the nonfiction, and we have a graphic novel and manga section. But yeah, if we wind up doing the big switch, I'll have great news next time.
We got we have at least 32 large print books coming in, and with the Lions Club donation, we're having at least 4. We'll have 4 a month coming in instead of just 2, so we're doubling everything up.
Program stats change. This will hopefully just be a small thing, but the state report demands that one-on-one programs, so our ESOL and tech time, those should be counted as sessions, not a static program. So how we've done it in the past was tech time with, yeah, they don't like that, and then it becomes a pain. So now, let's say 6 people come in on one day, that will be 6 versions of the program for that day. So you might see like 18 because, over the course of a month rather than 4. The attendance won't change, but also if nobody comes in, you might see 1 rather than 4.
Right.
So I just want to give you all a heads up on that. The next is library standards. So the state library, and in particular the New State Division of Library Development, is putting out a series of webinars. They do a lot of these on various topics. There is a link here, and in the binder, of course, you will be able to click to go there if you're interested in anything. I do think in particular for those of us working on policy, the next few, and they are spaced out pretty far apart, they'll be exactly what the state demands from us. So if you're interested, I highly recommend those. They are recorded and available for a while, so even if you can't show, you should be able to access it later.
Can that link get added onto the trustee page on the website?
Absolutely.
Thank
Let
you.
me only throw everything. And specifically for new trustees, I do want to mention Mid-Hudson's Trustee Essentials webinar. The registration link, yep, that will be on their LibCal, or I can email the link directly to you if you want it. And that
Should probably send that to Trish. Definitely.
is the email in your library account, the one you'd like it to be sent to.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
thank you.
It's a nice, it's like an hour and a half.
Okay.
There's also a trustee handbook series that Mid Hudson puts out if you're interested in, and they've been recording and adding all of them to the website. So if you want that, I can send you that link too.
Sure, that'd be great.
Alright.
Thank you.
And the rest of mine is policy review, which will be down below, or are we going right into it?
Look, anybody have questions on statistics or anything like that for programs?
That's good. We'll do policy review in a little bit.
Okay.
Is there anything else we need to talk to Janine about? Make sure we,
There was just one light that's out and I haven't actually reported that yet. It's intermittent. It's one of the front porch lights. It really comes on.
And out.
It's an outside door. Yeah, it's like as you're looking at the right one, it won't. Most of it lights. and-
From this entrance?
Yes.
On the right.
And the light over the ramp is the same problem.
and I examined the ramp today, the lip. of
I
the
I
top.
walked up the ramp. And it has like whatever
Yeah,
that
there's actually.
material
reeds, yeah,
that's supposed to,
it's just-
is like popping up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's.
But
yeah,
thanks for putting the patch on the bottom. That was
Yeah.
great.
yeah,
We did have
it's
some
the
borrow.
patch, Carl did it, yeah.
We had some
um,
people in wheelchairs came to
Yeah,
the. place together.
it makes,
Oh.
it makes Jay crazy, you know, he sees it and.
Cause it's a code thing.
It's, yeah, it's in bad shape.
Mhm.
We'll figure it out. Facilities and recap, did you include that in your?
Their abilities and stuff.
I think that our talks.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so.
yeah, the slat wall's been, I'm gonna order, I have ordered today too. We're gonna put slat walls behind the circ desk. Because I
Okay.
moved those paintings over to where the coffee is because it is so nice to have a place to put your brochures and things, so
Mhm.
they're not in the way. Oh my goodness. And then I'm gonna get one over here and put it for magazines so that we can get rid of that circular thing and put it up on the wall. So.
Okay.
And that's
And
all.
we're gonna try and schedule a tutorial type thing
Mm.
for me and other interested parties
Yeah,
about
about how to do.
thermostat
the
situation.
And I did not know at all, had no idea
And-
about that.
And
Yeah,
Well,
I explained to
There you go.
Deanne that when they got switched from heat to cooling, you couldn't just switch it right back.
yeah, and so anyway, nobody knew, and so, and I didn't even know who we're supposed to call, so there's a lot of protocol that should be in place. And a little bit of a tutorial, I mean, I wanna see with my own eyes, this is what you have to do in every single room.
Thank you. All right, any questions for anything? Our attendance is great, I mean, we're just. You have more along.
Yeah. Okay, should we make a motion to accept the director's report?
I didn't realize we hadn't done that. Oh, should have the director report.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
I couldn't hear who made the motion.
Ethan
Thank you.
and Jenna seconded.
Thank you.
Marketing,
We're back up to facilities.
oh, yes,
Okay.
facilities.
Um,
Ethan's got something else to say.
Oh,
I think we've talked about the ramp so many times. And possibly replacing it. I don't know about the feasibility of that, but you just brought up now rebars sticking out of the thing.
No, I didn't say
I
the
said-
rebar, I didn't
It's
see
whatever
rebar,
it
I
is,
saw
yeah.
the caulk
The
material
caulk,
sticking out,
yeah.
I did not see rebar.
Yeah,
Did you?
if you look around on the back corner at the midpoint.
But not on the surface where
No,
you,
it's not on the surface, it's
Okay.
around on the side.
Yeah.
And but the railings are rotted through at the base.
The entire thing's crumbling.
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen the crumble.
So I wonder what it would be, what the cost would be, or what the evaluation would be to fix what's there.
Right.
And I don't know how to go about that.
Well-
Bob Koch is scheduled to do the whatchamacallits, the
The drain,
basins, yeah.
yeah, Well,
Maybe
we are gonna have Eddie do an assessment of the basement in terms of code and safety. So we should have him do an assessment of that too.
Right.
He'll give us a code assessment, but is he going to give a financial
No,
assessment?
no, no.
Yeah,
Then we would have to, I mean, yeah,
yeah.
We have
including
to-
with the basement, we'd have to, get estimates.
I have a question though about the ramp, right? So since that's like an ADA issue, is there, cause I just genuinely don't know, so sorry if this is a stupid question. Is there like money earmarked for that kind of compliance issue, like through the town, like to keep us up to code with ADA issues? Or kind of like how libraries can apply for certain like ADA accommodations and grants and stuff, there's nothing like towns can apply for to like,
I don't
Improve
know,
those?
I don't think I know the
Great
answer
question.
to that, but I do know that when we were working with the grant writers and we were talking about the new town hall, that there isn't grant money for bricks and mortar admin town stuff. So I think that if the library would have a better shot
Mhm.
of getting a grant for that.
but I think that kind of brings us back to the whole issue we've been having about the building, right? How
Yeah.
like we
Yeah.
can apply for like, say,
Yeah.
an
And that's what
ADA
we're-
accommodation grant because it's not our,
That's what we're trying to fix.
right, just a thought.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what we're trying to fix.
okay.
I mean, I can ask a little bit more about that, but
Yeah, I just.
And
I
we-
think
and there
less
isn't
money
a
for like-
special, there
yeah,
isn't a special
everything
budget
cool.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's just, honestly, I was just trying to figure out like, let's
Things
figure out
would
how
have
to,
been repaired
Yeah.
if there was, yeah.
but I think because it's an ADA issue, it's one of those things where we can't keep kicking the can down the road because. sometimes
Yeah,
we have-
every
Yeah,
time
but
I try to have that conversation with somebody, they kick the can down the road, so.
It took years to get an inch of cold patch put on the ramp.
Years?
That's. It was,
Well, we're working on years for the, drain, too.
that's.
I don't know what we'll do without the cone.
People don't even see
People
it.
What
The cone keeps getting busted because I hear people hit it. When they pull it.
I know.
Because they don't see it anymore.
But nobody's disappeared into the.
All that-
Not that we know of.
Not just come back and report it.
Oh my God.
Okay. And again, I already said the 414 stuff is that we'll have to set up a secondary meeting. So let's move on to policy review. We can get this on.
So this is a comedy. Could you give us the background on this?
Yeah, sure. So we have several. Okay, so the existing policy is financial controls plus the auditing procedure. This is the last of the state mandated ones. Um, I know, Pep has mentioned and Dan noted a few things in there definitely that will need to be discussed by you all. After that, we have new policies that Mid-Hudson says are essential. And first is whistleblower, and the second is what you all are definitely gonna want, which is the trustee education policy, as well as the self-attestation policy or certification. So that, again, like the trustee dinner, if the provider is not telling you and providing certification that you attended, we do accept if you fill this out as a minute, so you can get credit.
Great.
So we're gonna start with the financial controls one,
That's the first one's in the doc,
Sure,
but
yeah.
and the highlighted sections are the ones that we have to. This stuff, right?
Well, that was my discussion. Ted had some other things as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ted, you wanna go ahead and do yours first? Is yours on the financial
you're
controls? or-
muted.
No,
Ted,
Ted, you're muted.
we can't hear you.
Wait,
Oh,
how about
there-
now?
Yep, can hear you now.
Okay, I really think you should go first, Deanne. 'Cause
Okay.
yours is the thing with the grants, and that's
Yeah.
really,
Can I ask a threshold question? This document is dated 2016. And and then there are certain paragraphs, there are very few sentences that are highlighted in yellow. Am I led to conclude that those highlighted sentences, and I know somebody just mentioned this, but there was overtalk, so I couldn't really hear. What does the highlighted sentences mean?
Those are the ones that I wanted to, those are discrepancies. There's two, that was for the ones I wanted to speak about, because one says grant expenditures are exempt from board approval, and then the other one says board oversight shall be required for material expenditures. And that's a dichotomy to me.
Okay, and then my next question is, so is this document, has this document been changed since
Yes.
2016?
That was when it was originally adopted, so it's been
Right.
edited now to be re-adopted.
But we're not able to see the changes from 2016, correct?
So
Oh,
we don't
if you-
have the markup.
No, we haven't at all in any of the ones I provided, so I didn't know you all
Okay,
would-
no, that's fine,
I
that's
can
fine. I
provide that,
I
but-
read it word for word anyway. I'm just, I'm always curious as to,
Yeah,
how robust the changes are or how comprehensive they are. But
We did have a subcommittee of Ethan and Jenna working with Annie
And Allison.
on this.
I thought so.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
If you would like, Patrick, I would be very happy to provide one, or for if any member of the board is interested, that's certainly not a problem.
Are they up on the website? The
Well, the
original?
originals are absolutely still on
Yeah,
the
you
website
can-
until they're approved.
You can look at the original if you want to see the differences.
I think this is fine right now. Thank you though. Thanks for the offer.
course.
My big comment is, could you add the word policy next to the word financial controls? And I do have maybe one or two others, but Deanne, why don't you talk about your the discrepancies that you're seeing?
So one of these is the ones that Allison had added in. The first one was authority to spend, was the one that was originally the way it has been and the way we've been operating, which is any grant money that comes in, I get to spend it however the grant was written for and whatever I need to purchase.
Mhm.
The one that she added in was the grant expenditures. All grant expenditures shall comply with the grant's requirements. Board oversight shall be required for material expenditures. And I would hardly not encourage that last grant expenditures addition, because if I have to go through board approval for everything, it would be a nightmare.
It maybe and she's not here, so I can't, but is that for like library materials or anything? We don't.
I don't know, is any grant that I receive would require a board oversight for any expenditures. That's the way I read it. So. So if you truly want to do that, you need to be with me while I write the grant, because that's when I write a grant, it's either for this kind of stuff here, and you can see how I write the grant, what I'm asking for.
Mhm.
But if you have to approve every expenditure,
It's a nightmare.
that would be a nightmare, because we bought $600 worth of stuff for Amazon and for the kids club. It's all the expenditures that I do are all in compliance with the grant for that particular
Mhm.
program.
Mhm.
And actually, you end up approving the expenditures because you just approved them. So
That's how I
Is that,
understand it.
yeah, is that essentially the oversight is you are reporting to the board that you've spent the money on what?
So maybe the solution is adding to that sentence, board oversight shall be required for material expenditures within the confines of the monthly financial reports or something like that, which is what we're already doing
It says you're reporting, yeah.
and it doesn't leave the ambiguity that we're supposed to be looking over your shoulder with every pack of cheeses you buy.
thank you.
I think that makes sense.
Okay, so we can add that sentence in. Okay.
Was that the one you wanted to talk about? That's all. Okay.
Yes.
You don't see anything.
And what was?
Okay, on the same page, it's the authority to spend. The director is authorized to spend up to $1,000 on any single item within budget categories without prior board approval. The director is authorized to spend between 1,001 cent and 10,000 on any single item without a formal bid with approval from the board. The director is authorized to spend 10,001 cent with a formal bid. Well, it should be to spend above
Yeah.
10,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the second was I'm on the section that says access to accounts. The page begins all the way at the top, library director and the board, and then comes down library credit card policy.
Yep.
Then it says access to accounts.
Yep.
Access to library bank accounts shall be restricted to authorized personnel. In the case of multi-factor authentication and or the use of a PIN, the director is to use library controlled contact methods. Next line. Library accounts are not to be linked to personal phone numbers or email accounts except with board approval. I spoke to the Bank of Millbrook. My access to the library accounts is through my email. And I asked them about changing it, and they said, because it is based upon my profile with the
Mhm.
Bank of Millbrook, it cannot be changed.
And was that, I mean, I'm assuming that's been going on a long time. That was not like, was it previously approved by the board? That's just kind of how it's always
It
been.
always has been. I mean,
Okay.
since I did this 19 years ago, it was always approved.
Okay.
Is this a new one? Was this
Yeah, that was a new
okay.
one. It was more for the MFA, the
Right.
Oh,
multi,
yeah.
because I remembered when we switched employees or directors, people didn't necessarily in a timely manner remove their personal contact
Mhm.
off of things, and we would, I think, want to make sure that the new employee.
Didn't we get a cell phone?
We did, and that's why
We did.
it's connected to those accounts. that are
Okay.
Yeah.
factor
Okay, so we
control.
have that, and then, the director email
Right.
is merged with your email, is that?
No, the director's
Is it
separate
has a
from
separate-
the account,
okay.
so, but the two-factor is the most critical aspect of
Right.
this policy, and that's, we got that with the cell phone now.
Yeah, I am working on also a policy for our standards. Again, we
Mhm.
talked last time about improving our digital security.
Mhm.
So part of that will be the fact that for a lot of these accounts, like the directors, you will need to have a secondary account to access that as a recovery. And I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just think we need to make sure that we've written into our policy that upon the end of your employment here, you'll be not, your information will be replaced with the next person inheriting that account, essentially. Or like, I mean, if you're, say you're working from home, right? And you need to access the director's email.
Mhm.
A lot of places will log you out for security reasons. If you have to get the code, what if you're working on a Sunday and nobody's here? Or what if you need that code within 15 minutes and we're all busy and we don't know?
Mhm.
So I don't think it's inappropriate to have that account connected to yours, to
Mhm.
your cell phone for a time. It's just that I think we should make sure that we're aware of who's doing that they've done it, and that we remove them when it's appropriate.
But that's not bank, I mean, those are like.
No,
other
this
things.
is just,
That's-
it's the
that's-
same concept.
digital
of-
hygiene.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
exactly, digital hygiene.
So, but your dad's gonna have to, we're gonna have to make an exception for that,
Oh,
right?
he just has to be approved by the board. That's
Oh,
all we have to do.
okay.
Oh yeah, this isn't, you can't do it. It's just the board should be
board-
aware that it's
Oh, okay.
occurring.
Okay.
Yeah, and okay, which I don't think anybody's gonna say, no, Ted, actually, after 19 years, you should get out. So I think we should.
Should we make a motion to accept Ted as?
We shouldn't because this isn't policy.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, so we'll do that at the next meeting.
But that's.
Or we could do it in
Right
10
after.
minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Or one other thought, we could bake it into this. Notwithstanding the foregoing, Ted's title is authorized, blah, blah, blah. Because we're going to approve this document. I don't care either way. We bake it into this document, or we make a separate
The appointed.
resolution.
Would the library want to consider, would the board like to consider having, just like the Board of Trustees has a delegated email address through the Pine Plains domain, the director has one, having one for a financial officer specifically? So then that's not a personal account.
For the future.
Yeah.
He's not gonna replace his, he's still gonna have to
Yes.
use a Bank of Millbrook.
Yeah, can we add a user to the account? I'm thinking not. Ted is not immortal. I'm sure at some point he'll want to retire. That's just my thinking is, rather than necessarily having,
Don't tell him.
I have to go home. Just, would you all want to consider potentially a way around this being in the future as a matter of course? That way all of the documentation may be through a like financial officer at pineplainslibrary.org.
It depends if we hire a firm to replace him. or
Okay,
something, they
so-
would be
yeah.
wanting to use their own business. account
Yeah,
for
so
that.
then maybe we'll ignore
Yeah,
that.
we
Okay.
might want to keep that a little bit, little room there.
Termination.
So should we just make a motion now to approve Ted, or
Well, I think we have to approve the
We have to
policy
prove the
first.
policy first.
oh, okay. So I have a few small comments.
I have,
Oh, Ted, did you have more?
I have another one.
Let's hear it.
On the next page, claims auditing policy. That's at the top. Step 2, bookkeeper. The first bullet, the bookkeeper prepares a transfer or a check to make the disbursements. Each disbursement is assigned a check number. You need to eliminate the word check. It's assigned a number, but not necessarily a check number.
That makes sense.
Like an ACH doesn't have a check number.
That,
And this does commit the Board of Trustees to do some things. So just so that you're aware. For example, on the first page, all bank and credit card accounts shall be reconciled monthly. Well, we do that. Reconciliation shall be reviewed by an individual independent of the preparer. So I assume that means one of you is taking on that responsibility. I do a reconciliation.
approval of the-
Deanne does one, Georgia does one, for accounts 79 and 89. For the other 3 accounts, Deanne and I do the reconciliations. But if you're going to have somebody else check it, then you need to find out who's going to do it.
Where did this policy come from? Where did this?
Right off the website. Yeah, the claims auditing I did not touch.
Mm. So it's been working without their board approval, right? Other than they approve the financials. Could that be part of it? Or am I misunderstanding it?
So you're saying that
It's
the
saying
reconciliation is not being double checked, which,
actually it's being triple checked. Georgia does it, I do it, and Deanne does it individually, separate from each other.
okay,
However, that is only for
I think
accounts
that's,
89 and 89. The other 3 are done just by Deanne and myself independently.
Because there's not much activity. That's because there's not much activity in those.
Right. The other 3 are basic. I mean,
I don't know, I
I-
feel like I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I feel like that's enough.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else. The designee can be Deanne,
Mhm.
yes? Or Deanne is not a good enough designee to do the reconciliation?
She does the reconciliation, so how can she therefore be the checker?
Okay, so. Okay, I think I'm missing the sentence that's, so we're in step 3 or step 4?
I am in the first
Disbursement?
page
Mhm.
where it starts financial controls.
Right,
All the way at the
Staff.
bottom of that page
okay.
is financial reporting,
No, now he's back on the other.
and
part.
that second
Oh,
Yeah.
then comes.
Oh, right, I see what you're saying, okay.
Wait,
Well,
Is
so
that
an
right
individual
here?
independent of a, so you're the preparer, Ted, correct?
Right here.
okay.
Yeah.
I am one of them.
Oh, okay, we were in the claims reporting section, so that's why I'm confused, yes,
Yeah.
okay.
So my question was, is Ted considered the preparer, or are there more than one?
There are 3 of us.
You
3 of
guys
us,
are all considered, okay.
3 of us do account 79, 3 of us do account 89, which are the ones that really have the business.
Right.
The other 3 are just done by Deanne and done by myself independently. But this sentence says, by an individual independent of the preparer. Okay, well,
Hmm.
that's got to be somebody else.
Yeah.
And then this is the language that exists currently.
No, it does not
No?
exist currently.
Are you sure? Cause I didn't mess with this.
I don't believe that is in. Otherwise, we would have hit this before.
Let me pull it up right now.
And I do think it was revised since the date of the original. And I think this board, I think, Claire, you were on it when it was revised.
Alright, it's not what's on the website, but let's see. Cause I know, cause I did not create this.
I wonder if other libraries have primarily just like one point person doing all of the reconciliation, like say if it was Ted and didn't have like a separate bookkeeper and the director involved, and maybe this like, but I don't know, I'm trying to think of why they would have worded this like this as a default this way.
Give me one more.
I've been looking around at what other libraries are doing, and usually they have a firm that helps them, like a bookkeeping firm that helps them do their, and they work directly with the director to reconcile the bills, and,
Oh, it's from Allison,
oh,
that's why.
okay.
So she did edit it.
Oh, yeah, so, the first time around when Tian sent this out that we thought it was ready, Allison and Ted both had some reservations.
Okay.
Allison sent us, a document that I pulled what she told us we should have and inserted it, so
Okay,
my apologies, I had the 3 documents mixed up in my head.
okay, see, I think then we should, before we accept this as policy, we should change that to saying 2 independent reconciliations. Or like phrase it in a way that I think if both Deanne and Ted review and reconcile the same account and they come up with the same number, that's good enough for me. I don't think if this wasn't a policy that existed prior, or that section came from Allison, which is a very different organization. So
The current language says the library in the current policy, as already approved. The library shall maintain adequate records of library operations with the help of the bookkeeper, the library director, and the financial officer. These 3 people communicate with each other to assure that the library funds are accounted for appropriately.
Just
Yeah.
wanna
Good
just
to me.
nap that back in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can pop that in.
okay.
Thanks, actually. Yeah, I think her input, let's see. Did not have things about the quarterly reports. Do we want that back in? The current policy says coinciding with the March, June, September, and December monthly reports, the financial officer shall produce a written quarterly report containing the year-to-date amounts. Things like that. Do we want that back in, just that whole section?
You do that anyway, right?
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, so do we wanna just, that's just missing from this,
Oh,
cause Allison didn't have it in hers,
Yeah.
so, alright, if you will, yeah.
I think.
I- Was it in the policy?
You get it anyway.
We get it
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
we
just
do.
wondering if you
We
want it
do,
in the
yeah.
policy.
It's in the policy now.
Yeah,
Okay.
so do we?
It is what is
yes.
being done now.
Yes.
Okay, so we just wanna keep that, or do you wanna remove it? That's all,
Keep it.
I'm just, okay, so we're just keeping, that's, all. I
Yeah.
just wanna make sure I'm doing the
Yeah,
right thing when I
yeah,
pop it in, okay.
So we have a system that works and we don't wanna break it with a new policy.
Yeah.
because that's what I'm concerned about.
No, and, yeah,
There we go.
but we wanna make sure that everything we're doing is in accordance with the state comptroller standards for internal control.
Let me know when I can give 2 more comments.
Yeah, you're up.
Okay, that same section that Ted referenced earlier, authority to spend. Yeah, I caught the same thing about where it says to spend $10,000.01. I would just add the words or more. And then just below that, there's a capitalized T in the director that needs to come out lowercase. Under sales tax, the library does not pay sales tax on purchases. Fine. The director shall provide vendors with the library's tax exempt certificate before purchasing to avoid being charged sales tax. Fine. Sales tax payments will not be reimbursed. I don't know what that means.
That's,
that-
I think, if, sorry, if a staff member purchases something on behalf of the library, so for example, sometimes we run out of tissues and someone had to run and grab some. I think we didn't have like an account set up with tax at one point, so we got charged sales tax. If somebody did that, then the library would not.
Reimburse for
right,
that.
yeah,
portion
right.
of it.
Okay.
Or I have-
Maybe clarifying words. Any sales tax payments made or authorized by library personnel will not be reimbursed.
yeah, I mean, I went and bought nails at one point and for screws when we were putting up the slat walls. And I think they charged me.
Oh, you
tax.
should said you were the
Okay.
library, we have an account. with them.
Okay,
So we wanna say trustee or individuals associated with the library, just so I'm not saying like
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got another one.
Mhm.
Under petty cash.
Mhm.
Petty cash fund in the amount not to exceed $200 shall be established for the library for the purchase of materials in cash no greater than $25 per what? Per item, per week, per purchase? No greater, so I'm trying to think, like, how does that work? I need to run out and I need to buy, I need to use the petty cash to buy a whole bunch of Scotch tape and poster board, and I can't spend more than $25, but it's really coming to $50, so I just wait until the next day, and then I don't know how this. I'm not sure I understand how this works.
Well, I remember with Alexis, it was one little item. The idea was more some little immediate need comes up.
Mhm.
Or also when we had the New York Times, if you had to buy that in cash. it would be like $11 or something. So the petty cash could cover it until you then got your reimbursement, and then we would move things around. What we mainly use it for now, to be frank, is we get a lot of people paying for like $5 or $2 worth of copies with a 20. So having some ones or 10 something back there that we can break down a big bill. That's really what, and that's why it's $200. So we
Because
have
now
a
we
lot
have
of
the credit
ones.
card and we have the much higher balance on that than we used to have. It's probably not used very often, but
Yeah, no,
but maybe, but I think Patrick's correct in that the sentence doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, so
I think we
No
just
greater
and $25 per purchase.
per item. I mean, like you wouldn't want to go out and buy a $50 item. You'd want to do that more appropriately. You know.
Maybe the answer is, maybe here's the answer. Maybe the answer is delete the sentence or delete the phrase. So it ends with conditions requiring immediate payment in cash, period. And then add a sentence, under no circumstances shall anyone, associated with the library spend more than $25. Again, what?
I think, do we wanna just take that out?
Yeah, just take it.
Yeah.
Just take it out?
Take the
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like have an exorbitant amount of cash on hand.
Yeah, good point.
I work for the county, we're the same way. We can only take up to $40 in petty cash at any one time to use. Like, they don't let you take any more than that, so they are very restrictive. So I understand like the sentiment behind this, but I think if in reality, like it's not like you're gonna be clearing out your petty cash and spending $200 at any one time. So I think I think it makes sense to take it out.
Okay,
So.
thank you.
And
immediate payment in cash, period.
Right.
And I'm trying to move quickly. On the next page, under cash, the second paragraph says that the library shall maintain a register or money box with cash separate from the petty cash.
Mhm.
Please tell me, what is the purpose of that pool of money?
So we keep a pool of money in there so that when people pay for things, we can make change. It's really,
It's cash box. It's just
Yeah.
a cash drawer. It's cash drawer money.
yeah, just like,
Oh. Okay.
you'd see at like a regular shop like CVS. They
Um,
got money at the till.
Tell
My
me
la-
how much daily are we doing in that cash drawer?
It fluctuates from 0 to 40 roundabout. So it's, we have a general in-house policy procedure. $5, we take it out. In here that Allison added, we make a deposit weekly, so we're moving in that direction. In part to make sure, if there's a math error, we catch it earlier
Yep.
than not. But
I mean, I think a cash box is fine. I
Would you-
think
would you-
$50 may be too much, you know.
yeah, it's that thing of it's usually we keep them as ones because people don't carry small bills anymore. So if we can just have a large amount of ones.
My last comment is under payment processing. The library shall only accept US currency only. Please delete the
yeah.
second only. And is $20 too low?
Like,
So the only time I have run into a bill larger than that is people paying for $2 of copies with a 50 or a 100. I've never
And then
had
they could
someone.
go buy something at store.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Usually
It's
not
for our
keeping-
protection.
The whole point is we're talking about not keeping a lot of cash on hand, so we don't
Ah,
want
okay.
to bring bills larger than 20.
Yeah.
And you
then
know
they're
that,
taking all of the.
Yeah, that's what wipes us out. It's
Yeah.
happened quite often. We get like 3 people with 20s.
Yeah.
And you know, well, that's everything.
Right.
those were my only comments.
Yeah.
And obviously, we want to change the date or add the revised date. Do we think that we are in a position to make a proposal to accept this policy as with the changes discussed, or do we need to see it again?
Are these two separate policies? The claims auditing policy is one, and the financial controls policy is the second, or is it one policy?
When I looked into our documents, I saw them as one. Personally, I feel like they are separate. They're related but separate. But so I suppose that's all up to you all, how you'd like them to be handled. I suppose then though, we just have to,
The
Would they
date would be
both-
the same date.
yes, same date
Yeah.
for both.
I think they should be separated. So. I mean, I think that the edits are fairly simple, that. I mean, it's
Right,
up to
it's
everyone else if
not-
we need to, you
I-
know,
I agree that I think at this point, and Patrick, correct me if you feel differently, because they are either a simple deletion or a slight adjustment, I think these, I don't need to see these again.
Agreed.
Ted, how,
If you make those changes.
yeah,
And then my only last question is, I think I just heard a proposal that we bifurcate. One is called the financial controls policy, and then the other policy would be called
claims
what?
auditing policy,
Called what?
claims auditing policy.
Oh, I see it. Yep. Perfect. So I will.
Same, with the same date on both.
Yep. So I make a motion that we approve a, bear with me, I can do it. That we approve the financial controls policy as presented to the board, with the changes discussed today. And, well, let me make that motion.
I'll second.
Jenna is seconding,
Okay.
all in
Hang on, I'm
favor.
taking notes.
Aye.
And I'm going to make a second motion that we approve the claims auditing policy as presented to this board. And I don't see any changes.
There was
No,
one.
we had one
We had
change.
just
We had
one
a-
change, right?
Thank you, including the change discussed at this meeting.
Ignore check, yeah.
Second,
All in favor.
aye.
Thank you.
Thank you all very, very much. I know there's more, but that one was the legally required one.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to allow the financial control officer to use his personal email
Mm.
for the banking.
Can I have a
A
second?
second.
Ruth is seconding that, all in favor.
Aye.
And could you just say it again, because I'm taking taking notes. The motion was to approve the financial controller, is that Ted's title?
Financial
Financial
officer.
Officer,
Financial officer to use his personal email in connection with bank accounts.
yes.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay. And these are pretty straightforward. You copied the section, the legal sections, etc.
Oh, the trustee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one had very little Frankenstein going on.
Then,
I went through and I have no comments.
yeah. Let's,
Motion to approve the trustee education policy and the attestation form.
Second.
all in favor. Aye.
So then we can fill out this form for the
Right now.
trustee dinner. Well, I'll make a copy. And then the
And
whistleblower.
then the whistleblower, the
Do I need to do this
whistleblower.
since I emailed you?
I do have a comment on the whistleblower
I'll need your
policy.
signature on that.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
what is your comment on the whistleblower policy?
I think so I'm trying to understand my notes, so bear with me. Under process, if a trustee, officer, employee, or other volunteer has a reasonable
belief.
a reasonable belief that any trustee, officer, employee, volunteer as a whole has engaged in any action that violate, that person is required and expected to report the information to the director immediately. I would add to the director. No, here's what it is. If the director is making that report,
The
we need to
board.
add a sentence that the director should be making that too. And I would say to at least 2 board members, because if Deanne thinks that one of the trustees did something
Yeah.
unethical, she shouldn't be reporting it to that trustee. So she'd be reporting to at least 2 people. And then if you agree with that, I would then 2 paragraphs down, I would make a conforming change. Should the complaint be filed, and I would just delete with library personnel, I would say, should the complaint be filed, comma, upon receipt of a complaint, the director or, and then instead of president, I would say the two board members receiving the complaint shall bring the complaint to the attention of the board at large. Again, my point is merely trying to figure out if, Deanne or the president were the person making the complaint or the subject of the complaint.
Right.
Those are my only comments on that. I thought the rest of it looked
I
great.
think those are really legitimate
Mhm.
to build that into the policy.
Oh, sorry, Patrick, what was the language you used? The director or members of the board?
Two board
Two-
members.
Or the two?
Two board members.
Oh, sorry, I have that part up
Okay.
top. It was were we saying the two members of the board shall? We're just echoing the two members, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Motion to approve the whistleblower policy as amended.
Second,
I'll second.
Jenna seconding, all in favor.
Aye.
Nice.
Thank you all very, very much.
Now we're in compliance.
Oh,
Well,
wrong
Well,
way.
well-
Legally, we are in
Right, right,
compliance. But, oh. Ugh.
Now, my recollection of the policy pages is that not every policy is forward facing. Is that true?
Mhm.
Or
Um,
so every policy
Oh.
we've approved here, internal or external, should be on the website.
I've been working on that. That is the goal,
Okay.
but we do have some that are so old
Okay.
that I do think we
They're
should
the
have it
next
on the
ones on the
website.
list,
Yeah, but it does kind of seem like, oh, if we're just going to approve it at the next board meeting, why?
Why bother putting it
Yeah.
up?
And especially because they're not separated, it's just a massive document that's not, I think it's a PDF that somebody had as a Microsoft
Right.
Word doc and then switched around because a bunch of stuff's missing.
Mhm.
So that maybe if it's okay to wait like another month, a few,
Sure.
and we put things
Okay.
together. Just to
Yeah.
put the complete out.
Yeah, but as long as
Oh, yeah, as we go
we're
through.
working on it.
If any other board members are interested, I sent this to Ethan and I sent it to Jenna. I'm sorry, my memory is very easy right now. Bethesda did send us in 2022, a list of all the essential policies we had on file with them. I think I included in something, but I can send it again. It's what we have. It's not fully accurate right now, but it's, I think, a good way to gauge what we have, what we don't have, and if there's something that you all think we really should be prioritizing.
Mm.
So things like code of conduct. I think we might have one, but again, that's very old. So if you all think we really should have an updated version of that and prefer that over something else, that would help me just decide what to swing for.
I'd be curious to see what the things that are really outdated are, truthfully.
Oh yeah, I do have our,
I don't mind coming in and looking over your shoulder at some point,
well,
just to like kind of go through. I think a code of conduct policy is actually probably not the worst thing and any
It's
policy that we have
Yeah.
that are kind of existing, if they haven't been updated in 10 years, we should be popping
Yeah.
them up to the
Right.
top. And then go from there.
yeah, what we have, I don't think I saw a physical handbook. The handbook that they're talking about in Dropbox is a digitized version of something from 2009, 2015, maybe. And that's where I'm getting
Marguerite or Veronica.
Veronica, this is
Yeah,
Mrs.
so
Hill. And if anybody's curious, if that would help you, maybe when looking between what's going, what I'm sending you all, or Deanne's sending you. And what Ethan, Jenna, and I have worked on, if that would be of interest or have helped you, I think
No.
that'd be, nope, awesome.
Not for me. personally, no.
If anybody else, just let me know and I'll send it.
I am loving that you guys are working really hard on this. That makes me happy.
Alright, so is there interest in that list of the essential documents?
I'd like to see what they think we have and what we,
Did I send it to you, Jenna?
I didn't see it.
Okay.
So if you wanna resend it.
Yeah.
You sent it to me, and I probably needed it.
Um, Pause. I will say too, in looking over it, we have, I think, combined a few things. So it says like, I think we didn't have like an EEOC statement, but the EEOC statement was in another one.
Okay.
So
That's fine, we can,
I think as long as
those
it's-
things we can address with them, you know, say, see, you know, this policy. Old business,
Where are we on an HR firm?
So I reached out to the employment attorney, because we did not engage the other person. I have not heard back from them, but I have not heard back from the employment attorney yet. I inquired about a handbook and if there's something that we could contract with them about getting an apartment back, so. I will,
when was that recently that you reached out?
since the last board meeting, so
Okay.
the last two, I didn't do much before the trustee event.
No, that's-
Annual report.
I just, I was just curious, like, what the,
2
like,
weeks, last
2
2
weeks.
weeks, yeah, something like that. So that's where we are.
Investment account?
no. I don't know.
Sorry. Trusty Google form application.
You did the mock-up of that, right? And I haven't
Mhm.
looked at it, I'm gonna, we have to have a,
It just needs to get
Like-
transferred to, we already approved it. It just has to get transferred to
to Google Gmail
the
account.
director account or the board account, which does anybody use that?
Nobody
not.
uses it because I don't have the password to it. But, I think it's okay to have the trustee applications go to the director's
Yeah.
account. So,
I didn't read
yeah,
it.
so we just have to move that form
Mhm.
to that.
That's
Which I
super
think-
easy.
Okay.
Yeah, just make
Yeah.
a copy of it. It'll put it right in your account. We take copy of it, boom.
Do you have it?
I don't have it.
I think I saw it.
I'll send it. I'll reset up the whole thing.
They
And
did
then
send it, I don't
probably-
remember.
Yeah. We just.
And the strategic plan committee,
Oh.
I haven't
Yeah, I haven't,
worked on.
Yeah.
I've been
I get to.
drowning. to-
Kiri, yeah. I'll get to Kiri and see if we can get that up and rolling. That wasn't. That wasn't. New business? No. Do we need an executive session? No. Will someone make a motion to adjourn?
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who's, I'll make the motion.
Okay, that's what I thought you were doing.
Yeah.
8:27.
8:27, perfect. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.